Yep. Feeling good tonight. Feeling very good tonight. What up, Oberly? What up, KC? We got the crew in the house right now. I'm about to unveil something tonight. I'm excited you guys are here. Still Human, Demetrius. That's an unveiling. New socks are definitely an unveiling. What it is. What it is. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Or is the music in the background too loud? Yeah, it's okay? Okay, cool. I'm not sure. I'm here in Cafe 1134, a couple blocks from the beach in Coronado, California. Yes. And so, welcome to the family. Most of you guys are regulars, and for those of you who are new, this is, and we recently been figuring out what this is, because it started as an idea that's changing. And as any of you who started a business or who's ever done anything, you know that it changes over time. Erin is not here tonight, although I'm about to go see her because we're about to go pop some people open at a much more crowded place. We're going out, we're going to a bar. What's up, Adeline? What's up? So, but tonight I'm going to be talking a little bit more about who I actually am. And this is, Erin told me to do this, by the way. She was like, dude, tell them who you are. Stop BSing. So we're gonna go into all that tonight, and so basically, first and foremost, here's the deal. So the family's been changing, right? And this is everything happens for a reason. You guys are all watching this for a reason. We're all here for a reason, and our goal is to light the fire in each one of us. Right? That spiritual fire that comes alive when you live your authentic purpose and you realize who you truly are, right? All of us are seeking that. That's what makes life fulfilling. And I'll tell you who I'm not. I am not Jesus Christ, despite the appearance. Jesus is like my half cousin. I'll let you guys muse on that for a second. Yeah, DJ Oberly, then maybe you're my cousin. What up, Light vs. Dark? You are in the right... Dude, Light vs. Dark is literally what I'm about to talk about as well. And what is the feathered serpent? Well, at this point, we're all Jesus' cousin, because you know Jesus' kids is everywhere now. Him and Mary Magdalene. If you guys don't know, Jesus and Mary Magdalene had a lovely time together. And she was edited out of the Bible. Her books were discovered recently in 1946, in the discovery called the Dead Sea Scrolls. Dude, she was a hoe, but she was a divine hoe. She was a divine hoe. And they found the mysteries of love and sex together. And that's part of what helped Jesus become the badass that he was, which unfortunately was deleted from history. Yeah, Addie, it could have been you. Could have been any of us. So, Mary does Nazareth. All right, you guys are great. Let's see. All right, so the family started as this idea that we were going to build a tribe, and this is a tribe for awakening humanity and for helping to save the world. Because as you know, the world does need some help right now. And all of you guys who are here are a part of this tribe, and we're all doing it in our lives. It may not even seem like a grand thing, but we're all simply by learning and by growing and by showing up in the world, we're all actually growing. All right, I'm gonna go with that, Casey. I think that's a cool idea. Who am I not? I am not Jesus Christ. We've established that. Who else am I not? I am not a conventional long-haired hippie who believes in spiritual ideals. I am about practical action. And everything I say, everything I do is grounded in reality. So when I tell people things that seem unlikely, when I talk about magic, when I talk about spirituality, when I talk about your abilities, I'm talking about it from the perspective that this shit is real. And that we have them. And that you can do miracles. And that you can create what you want. Right? Another thing that I am not simple and straightforward. Part of my life has been realizing all the different aspects of who I am. So let me just break my story down for you guys. When I was 16, I woke up and realized that I had lived before. Oh yes, we have magic, Tracy Lynn. You got magic for sure. So when I was 16, I woke up and I had realized I had lived before. And all of a sudden, all kinds of past life memories. Thank you. Yes, Oberly, sit and listen. So, well, the problem with that, Casey, is that can't be put to words. So here's the thing. I realized that I've lived before, in other times, in other places. And for the next 5 years of my life, from 16 to 21, was me remembering all the different times I had lived and who I had been and what had happened. And I began to meet with all the people that I had known before. And perhaps some of us have even crossed paths before, because maybe you've had that feeling where people are very familiar. As I met each new hero, as each new person came into my path, I was a knight, but I was many other things as well. And the way you can know what your past lives are have to do with something I actually talked about in another scope, which I won't go into right now, but there's a way to figure this stuff out through the signs that are revealed to you from the universe, as well as from trusting your imagination and asking for confirmation. So if you have a suspicion that you were X, Y, or Z, right? Like, we've been talking here on the scope about who everybody has been. Yes, I remember not all of them. I mean, we never remember all of them. The veil never gets pulled all the way back, right? But I remembered a lot of them, enough to understand what was going on here and who I was way more than I had thought before I realized all this. And the people I was meeting were put in my path for a reason. Each girl that I dated usually were some of my ex-wives in prior lifetimes. And we rehearsed. Adeline's remembered that she was a whore once. But as I met each girl, we would reenact the lifetime's lessons we'd lived before. And we'd rediscover our love for each other. And we would remember all this other stuff. Whether it was living in castles or being out exiled and living in the country or wherever we were, we started to put together the puzzle pieces of where we had been. And as the puzzle pieces came together, I realized that nothing is random at all. And the people who are serving you coffee at your Starbucks, the people that you pass by on the street, the people that you happen to look up from when you're reading and just notice them, none of this is random. And the more you can trust your instincts and your intuition, is the quicker you're going to accelerate your growth and figure out who you really are and what you're here to do and how everyone's been put in your life for a reason. But it requires, what's up, Nate Dogg? It requires the understanding and the belief that everything is being orchestrated from on high. And I put out mad spiritual vibes of enlightenment and occasionally good loving if you're ready to handle that shit. So, a little bit more about what happened. What up, South Beach? Good to see you guys here. Yeah, that's it. And I appreciate you too, Casey, for showing up here and being a part of this. So let me tell you what's happening with the family, right? This tribe is growing, and we're going to build this tribe. And we're going to get periscopes going way more regularly. No thank you, Nate. We're going to get periscopes going way more regularly. And we're going to get everyone who has a powerful message to share and who has... Nate, I'm going to ban your ass, son. If you want to sit and listen, that's cool. So... yeah, we're going to do earlier periscopes. And everybody who has a message to share... blocked. All right, Nate's out of here. So everybody who has a message to share with the world who's ready to step on the stage and start talking, will be able to get a slot on the scope. Yes. KC, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody who's ready, because not everybody's ready. But if you have a message and you're ready, like, we're going to do like a quick interview process just to be sure you're like ready. And then you're on, and you'll have a slot during the week at some point to share your story and your message to the world, right? And if you do good, oh yeah, there's no hate here, I just had to ban this other fool. So that's part of what's happening. But anyways, back to what I'm talking about with Fserpent and how this all came about. So I'm just going to give you one example of how I remembered something and what happened to me and why I go by that name, Fserpent. Nope, not Jesus. I'm Jesus's darker cousin. So, but we're good friends, Jesus and I. And Jesus is here too, by the way. Jesus is here too. Everybody's here. Everybody who is ever a great, everyone who's anything is all incarnated now. And they're all hanging out. And we're all getting set up for the big game. Many of you can feel the changes that are coming to this world. You look around and you see all of the craziness that's going on. You see the Trump rallies. You see like the fear and the anxiety. And you also will probably see the love and you see the possibility. And we're getting set up for the biggest stage play that anyone has experienced ever. And that's why we all came here. And let me tell you, the next 5 years of our lives are freaking awesome. And the quicker we can get into the vortex of expanding ourselves and trusting our intuition, the faster and more amazing everything's going to be. And the world is changing fast. And this is why we're all here. We're about to light it up. We're about to light this place up. And so this is so this is what it is all about, right? So let me break some other things down here about what's going on. So we also live in multiple dimensions. There's not just one world, there are many worlds, and you get to choose. I know, people are gonna think I'm Jesus, it doesn't matter. I'm back, surprise! So, dude, I healed the holes. So here's the deal. Why you no coming? It was not time yet. It was not time yet, my children. The time had not yet come. But now it is. Yes. Casey, you are on point, brother. I'm excited to hear you. So here's the deal. So when it comes to multiple worlds, you get to choose which ones you exist in. And while the ordinary reality you have is just one world, the consensus American reality, or if you live overseas, you live in there's a general consumer consensus reality. And I'm about opening up portals that will take you to other worlds, where you could exist in the Knights of the Round Table, you could go and enter into the fairy kingdom, you could perhaps experience a company of philosophers and stoics, where you could have any number of amazing experiences with other people. Dude, Jason, what a thought. He totally does, by the way. He totally does. And when he's on this Periscope podcast, I'm not going to call him out. He's just going to be one of the people who's on here. I'm sure he will talk about something like that at some point. And I know these are incredulous claims that I'm making, and I don't expect anybody to believe any of this shit right now. That's okay. So, yes, it's a choice of belief. So, we want a room full of Jesuses, a room full of Buddhas, and a room full of Mohammeds all going to town and getting everybody hyped up, getting everybody excited about life again, and rediscovering joy. Because when I look at why I'm here, I'm not here to get an ordinary job. I'm not here to get by. I'm here to create portals to people to experience joy and to redefine who they are. And for us to make amazing characters with each other. Dude, and that war would be crazy. But the thing is, the war is going to be Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna, all these guys against the other side. Now let's talk about the other side. Who are they? Who is the dark side? Because in every great story, there's always got to be the dark side and the light side. And it's not humanity. Humanity is in the middle. Humanity is simply the people who are being slayed. And Kylo Ren, if he was the bad guy, I would be stoked. Because we would kick ass, and there would be no hope for the dark side. But there is a dark brotherhood. And it's a male patriarchy-driven brotherhood of very wealthy, very powerful individuals who essentially practice a form of black magic, which no one really believes exists yet. And they're the 0.0000001%. Most of the wealthy, even if they're greedy, they're not bad people. They just haven't evolved yet. But these folks know exactly what they're doing, and they're using dark magic and rituals and other things in order to, coupled with technology, which is what most people don't understand yet. Don't understand yet how technology and magic are connected. Magic is the spiritual equivalent of what technology does on the material plane. And that's something, yeah, and this is basically the Illuminati, although they don't even call themselves that. And they're a whole other squad. Now, it would seem that we're in a war against those, and they all want to control us and make us all into slaves, essentially. Yeah, New World Order, exactly. But it would seem that we're at odds with them, and it's us versus them in this classic battle. Yeah, satanic rituals. You got it, Zubash. So it would seem that we're in a war against them, and we're trying to uplift humanity, they're trying to enslave humanity, and Jason can go ahead and I will send you over to a place where they will be happy to dominate you and sacrifice you or turn you into a sex slave. But for those of us who are freedom fighters, we would often seem to be pulled into this war. Right? It's like tempting to be pulled into it. But that's not really what's going to happen. And that's not really how it works this time. Because this is about unity, and this is about homecoming, and this is about a deeper level of understanding and forgiveness. For whatever reason, I have a connection to that side just like I do to the light. And I feel their pain. Because most of those who are on the dark side, why do they do it, right? Like, why do people sell themselves? Because they're young, they're inexperienced, they want money and power without understanding why. They're afraid. And think of all the people, all the people in your life who've sold out in any way, right? Yeah, don't hate the forehead. Look, I've got to keep a lot of horsepower in here, so it had to be extra large. So, okay, I totally did, Alion, thank you. We're going to go back to that. So when I was, so by 21, I kind of had realized more about who I was. And I had realized I had been a priest, I had been this knight and this character, and I'd been alive a hell of a long time. And that I knew just about everybody who'd been here, or a lot of the people that have been here. And I've been on this mission, on this planet, for a long-ass time to get us to this point. And now we are like, I feel like a kid before Christmas right now. It's like we are right before Christmas. And most people do not know that, but you guys are going to know that. And everything that's happening, like, we don't even know. Well, it sounds a bit like this. And we don't even know how good things are about to get, right? Because we've been living in this shadow because because there's something called the veil that's up, and the veil prevents us from actually experiencing other dimensional consciousness. We're kind of stuck in 3D because of the power of the veil, which is very strong right now, by the way. This is all in our lifetime, babe. We are in it. We are on the track. Sorry, I know I'm jumping around. And I get erections without sinning all the time. So, let's break this down. We are at a crucial turning point for humanity. And the civilization will either evolve spiritually. Everyone will grow up. We will learn to love at a much deeper level. We will discover who we are at a much deeper level. Our abilities will unfold. Our higher dimensional abilities, our extrasensory perception, our understanding of things will evolve. Jason, I have no idea why that comment is relevant right now. We will continue to grow, or we will collapse, and we will revert, and we will devolve. I used to watch porn, but I don't now. I prefer the real thing. And it's World War III is a spiritual war. It's a spiritual war, and that's what people don't understand. This is the war. It's already happening. It's already happening, right? And so, and we'll have little Jesus babies, Jesus Juniors, you know it. So, the war is here and now. And the war is inside of us. And the apocalypse is inside of us. It's not going to be this huge external event. It's happening in here, and it's happening in here. The apocalypse is the breakdown and the crumbling of the old and the revelation of the new. The revelation simply means to reveal. So all that has been hidden will be revealed. And this is not going to end in the biblical, literal sense. The Bible is a metaphor, right? And this is like, religious people will get mad at me and say, no, it's all going to happen. It's all going to go down in flames. Rawr. Doom, fear. It's like, no. And the Avengers have Spider-Man now. Which is, okay, what is the Avengers? And what is this about? This is our lives. There are superheroes who are coming together right now for the planet in this time. All of those stories hit us in the heart because we know at some level this is our world in a way we can't see or understand yet. And what I'm here to do is to show you guys how this is happening and where it's happening, and to invite you guys to be real-life superheroes in this evolutionary process we're in. And my role is I walk between the worlds. So I am both I can be a very good guy, and I have the capacity to be a very bad guy in the story. And I'm fundamentally going to be a good guy, but during my time, people are going to misunderstand sometimes why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to come right to the point here. This is not a religion. This is a revelation of the spiritual world. And the Sparks Notes version is, none of you guys are here for the first time. All of us have to choose what we're going to do with our time here. And this is the most exciting time to be alive. And during these periscopes and during the family, what we're doing is we're going to be opening portals to different ways of living, helping you access your abilities, remember who you are, and join us in transforming the world. All right, we'll see ya. So, and my role has been to help to activate people and find people. So I'm like a headhunter. I like go out there and I can notice when people are either fairies or they are heroes who are sleeping and haven't woken up to their potential. And I have so much of a different view from the average person, but that's because I have a very different understanding of who we all are. And Addie, we got to figure out who you are. And that's the thing, like bring your questions, what up Eric? Bring your questions here about what's happening in your life, and we'll help you understand and interpret it. And same with you, Casey, like you guys are special people. And we're helping everybody figure out who they actually are. What are your gifts? And what's going on. So that is the purpose of the family. And if you're looking for a group of people that is real and that is going to talk about shit that no one else will talk about and that is going to help us all explore, like that's the group we're building. So I'm super glad you guys are here. Things are going to get more interesting as we go forward. It's going to be a spiritual block party on this whole freaking earth. So stay tuned. Check us out, www.famili.link. And I will see you guys soon. I'm going to sign off for tonight. But I love you guys, and have an amazing Friday night. Keep rocking it.